Today we are talking about Hillbilly Elegy written by J.D. Vance. I'm John Henderson, and this is the Conservative Book Society. Hillbilly Elegy was written back in 2016, but remains essential reading for two reasons. First, it provides a glimpse into the plight of a white working class. And second, J.D. Vance is now Donald Trump's running mate for the Republican ticket and could very well be the next president of these United States. The story told by Vance is very, very relatable because he writes as if he's a buddy of yours sitting at your dinner table or around a fire. And so that makes the writing in the story very relatable. Essentially, he opens up and very courageously about his journey from hillbilly to Yale Law School and how he has become basically the pinnacle of American success. And that was a very interesting story with all his different intricacies woven into it. Intertwined in his story is an analysis of a culture in crisis, specifically the white working class men and women from the Appalachian Mountains. In his case, he's talking mostly about Kentucky, and his family moved from Kentucky to Ohio, but it's a lot of places in our country. It's not just that area. What he describes is widespread throughout our country and, in fact, the world. It's a culture of poverty, single-parent homes, substance abuse, and joblessness that create a sense of hopelessness for many people. Where Vance's story and his cultural critique collide is at the intersection of cultural mobility. In short, the American dream. The idea that you can start from nowhere and find yourself trucking down the road to somewhere much, much better. The American dream is alive and well for those of us who understand how to navigate the journey. For those of us who don't, it's a hard and treacherous path. Part of his meditations address personal responsibility, economic decline, culture, and what it's like for him feeling like a cultural immigrant. When he went to Yale Law School, for instance, he didn't know how to use a butter knife. He didn't know how to dress for interviews. He didn't know what sparkling water was. And even now, he's uncomfortable with all the nuances of living a sort of privileged elite life. At times, the book is funny. At other times, it's dead serious. And sometimes you cringe because you know something weird is about to unfold as he's telling his life story. For me, it forced me to reflect on where I came from in my past. My hometown is similar to his, which I suspect is true for large numbers of people. Vance's story is relatable to many people and proves the American dream is alive today for many of us, but not for everyone. The question he seems to want to answer is this: how can we export the American dream to every neighborhood and every home in our great land? In other words, how can we teach folks how to navigate a road to a better life? Vance concludes by first observing, thinking about it now, he writes, about how close I was to the abyss gives me chills. I'm one lucky son of a bitch. And this quote makes me think, how many millions of us feel those exact same chills? And I think this is part of what makes it relatable and why so many people have purchased this book and have enjoyed it. And then referring to the problems he grew up facing in hillbilly country, he writes, there's no government that can fix these problems for us. And then he follows up by writing, I don't know what the answer is precisely, but I know it starts when we stop blaming Obama or Bush or faceless companies and ask ourselves what we can do to make things better. I'm going to peel back the onion in a few of these different themes and follow-up videos, and we're going to talk more specifically in the future about some of the things in his book that I find most interesting. I'm John Henderson. Thanks for watching.